Greetings and welcome to BTY, the place where we strive to be better than yesterday every single day. So, my name is Michael and I'll be your host for today. And in this episode, this is actually the second episode of a series that I started not too long ago, where I'm upgrading my sense of fashion and style. So, you might be taking one good look at me right now and thinking, hey, what does this guy have to upgrade his fashion and style? He's looking very stylish already. But if you watch the first episode, you will know exactly what the problem is. So the theme of this second episode is basically the transition from dressing like a boy to dressing like a man. So join me on this journey. In the time that has elapsed since the last episode I posted, I've been keeping myself very busy. I've gotten myself some new attire, some new gear, and I'm going to be showing you guys all of that very shortly. But just a quick recap. Basically, summer is coming up here in Cape Town, South Africa, and I've wanted to upgrade my style for a long time. I've always felt that, well, fashion has never been something that I focused on. It was something that was always in the back of my mind. I just, threw together what looked comfortable and, what I thought somewhat mildly matched in my cupboard. But, as I'm getting older, this is something that has to change, and that is what we're doing here in this series. So, as I mentioned, I have done some shopping in the last little while, and keeping in mind those fashion items that we noted that were actually in style at this point in time, I've bought myself some new clothes. But before I show you guys the new attire, I think it's important to realize that you can't bring in all your new stuff without getting rid of a lot of what I had before. So let me show you guys exactly what I would have worn on a day like this. It's a lovely day outside. Let's say I'm going to the beach or going to the mall with friends. This is what I would usually have worn maybe last year or even the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, so having lowered the camera angle a bit, you can see that this is a classic Michael fit for summer. This is the kind of drip that I was rocking for the last 2 or 3 years. And, I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with something like this. This shirt is super comfy. I think this is probably this is from Relay Jeans, South African brand here. And these are just cotton shorts, very comfortable. That is about 95% of my outfits in summer is just a t-shirt and shorts. And I always go for comfort over style, But you'll see I've gotten myself some variation. I don't think there's anything wrong with having clothes like this, especially if you just, are at home or, maybe you're not really going out much. I would still find myself wearing something like this. But in this effort that we are putting in to upgrade my fashion, this is something that likely will have to go from the wardrobe, let's say. And it served me well. I mean, I've got many pictures in this over the years, this exact outfit. And that's also another thing is that I usually had about 3, 4, 5 outfits that I would just cycle through. Although I have so many clothes, I'm going to be showing you guys just now my cupboard, which I'm going to be emptying out a lot of and giving that away to people who maybe will need it a bit more than me going forward. But yeah, so this is the classic Michael grip. Let me show you one more outfit before I show you the cupboard and what we actually going to be getting rid of for this episode. Okay, outfit number 2. Now, if I'm trying to look a little bit better over the last few years, this was my go-to outfit. Let's say maybe I'm going to an event that, I want to look a little bit nicer. And this is pretty much exactly what I would put on. Now, these 2 items are from Superdry, a popular brand here in South Africa. I'm not sure how popular it is globally or around the world. But this is also, again, a nice comfy t-shirt. These shorts, I would say these shorts actually are quite nice. They aren't like that, stretchy cotton material that often looks a bit, lazy. I think that's the problem with the outfit that I was wearing before is that it just looks a bit like you are slouching around at home, And if you're going out like that, yeah, you're going to give off that vibe, you're going to give off that guy he doesn't really put any effort into his clothing. And that's just what we're trying to change. So again, this probably is a better outfit. But that's the thing. I didn't really have much else like this. Most of my shorts, as I mentioned, are literally just those comfy ones. And I think this is, again, something that is a nicer piece, but it's probably a bit worn over the last 3 or 4 years. I've been wearing this every summer, as I mentioned. So, yeah, this is the state of Michael's fashion, of my fashion. And yeah, I hope that this has been a cool series so far, because I'm enjoying it a lot. I think this is something, it's an area of self-improvement that I have never really dabbled in before, but very important for young guys and young girls to upgrade your fashion. And I think it's important to do it at this stage of life, because realistically in high school you're going to have a certain sense of fashion and style, and then as you leave high school, maybe, I've just left university now, going into, the workplace, and I guess being in your 20s, you have to establish yourself as a 20-year-old, as an adult, let's say, rather than, a boy. And that's why I'm calling this sort of episode, the transition from dressing like a boy to dressing like a man. So let's dive into the cupboards and see what we can find. And sadly, get rid of some things that, although it is sad to get rid of, I often find that I can be a bit of a hoarder when it comes to clothes, because I just keep things. I think, I might wear that again sometime. But sometimes you just gotta be ruthless and, give away the things that you don't need anymore, and bring in some new items. And actually, I must say, when you do that, it also, like, always feels refreshing, and always gives you a new lease of confidence. I find when you are wearing new clothes, new shoes, that's always been the case. But let's do it. So we are here in my room, and long-time viewers of the channel will remember this background. Shout out to you guys. But this is something that not many YouTubers will do. I challenge you to find a YouTuber who will show you their cupboards. Now, guys, don't judge me too hard. We're going to be going through them and getting rid of some things that are no longer needed. Okay, so starting from the top, I've got my hat section. These are all the t-shirts. We got shorts down there, socks and underwear down there. So guys, this is something that has been needed for a long time. And look, I've done a few editions of this before. In this cupboard over here is where I keep things that need to be hung up. So as you can see, a lot of hoodies, a lot of sweaters, a couple of nice pieces in there, button-up shirts, a couple of flannels, leather jacket. Those are the things that I mentioned before in the last episode that I actually take some pride in. The flannels and the leather jackets, something I like to wear in winter, but obviously right now we're focusing on the summer style. But let's go through this and see what we can get rid of. Now guys, this will be forever known as the great cupboard clean out of summer 2024. But just to show you some of the pieces that are no longer going to be making it. An old faded pair of pants. The outfit that I originally showed you, although it served me very well, has to go. Same with this top. Has a lot of sentimental value to it. Many a good time was spent wearing this Billabong t-shirt. But unfortunately, it's time to get rid. Definitely something that looks more like a 12-year-old boy would wear, and not a 22-year-old man. This shirt more has to go out just because it's looking a bit old. Same with this one, got some stains on there. A lot of these shoes are just old and tired. Those are old hockey boots, which have seen better days. And that is it, guys. We have cleared out a good amount of space, especially in the summer wardrobe. I didn't tackle too much of the winter items because those we're not going to be touching for the next few months. But I did dig into the summer items and got rid of a bit of amount of clothing there. Also going to be cleaning out the sock and the hat cupboard, but I thought I'd leave that for my eyes. And I don't think you guys would even want to see that. But another thing that I want to touch on is that I think we're going to need another episode for upgrading the shoe cupboard. And that meaning when it comes to footwear. That is a whole another section of fashion that we haven't even really been touching on in these episodes. And I think that's something that probably deserves its own episode. So we'll hopefully, if you guys are keen on it, we can record an episode where we look into what kind of footwear is actually in these days and what's worth wearing and what's not worth wearing. Probably a lot of what is in my cupboard, but we'll do that another time. Okay, so we are back in this outfit, and this is what I was wearing right at the start of the video, if you can remember that far back. And I think this is personally a very nice piece. We found this at a little shop called Refinery. I went to one of the big malls here a couple of weeks ago and picked myself out these pieces. Now, I won't lie, I did have a bit of help picking out these pieces from the mother and the girlfriend, who I sincerely appreciate their help, because sometimes, this is a video about men's fashion, and yeah, the ladies look, they know what they like, and they can tell what looks good on a man. We us guys aren't really looking at other guys, taking note of their style or their fashion, unless they are someone who really stands out. I must say, I mean, I mentioned this in the first episode, that you get those people that you walk into a room and that you can instantly just tell there's something different about them, and what that actually is often their sense of style and their sense of fashion, which is just on another level. So I definitely reached into the fountains of wisdom of the ladies to get a bit of help here. But yeah, I think this is following off of those items that we saw were in style in the last episode, that being Bermuda shorts. So I got myself a couple pairs of Bermuda shorts. Now these, I mean, another word you could say, this is like a chino shorts, and they don't go too far down. They're not like, I remember one thing that I was guilty of when I was young was wearing 3/4 pants. Now, 3/4 pants are never a good look. Although many a 12-year-old has gone through that phase where you start wearing 3/4 pants because that's what your mom bought for you. So thankfully, I've grown out of that, and now bought myself a few of these Bermuda shorts. Yeah, these chino shorts. So you can wear this with a belt. You can also not wear it with a belt, but they always do have those straps for the belt. So I like to wear it if it's there. I've just got a classic brown belt that I wear with this. And I think what's great about this shirt as well is that there's no big logos on it. You'll notice with that first shirt that I was wearing, it's all about relay jeans, whatever the brand is, displayed all over that. And I think I've heard this piece of advice from people as I've tried to learn more about fashion. And I really started to see it is that, big logos on your t-shirt is not really part of a man's wardrobe, is it? Whereas something like this definitely could be. Let's say I find myself walking down the promenade at the beach, lovely promenade that we have here in Bloberg Beach, and this would be the perfect outfit. It's light, it's comfortable, quick button up, shows off the chest there. You can always button down if you're feeling a little bit hot. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is a great first outfit, and a nice piece to add to the wardrobe. So let me show you another item that I got. So here we are with the second shirt. I didn't change the shorts because these still do somewhat go. I'm actually yet to get a pair of pants that really goes with the shirt. What I'm planning to get is a pair of white linen pants. That was another thing that we read up last time that was something to add to the list. So haven't got that one yet. White linen pants is the next thing to tick off. But this is another very summery shirt. If you look carefully, you might spot little glimpses underneath there. The shirt does have little holes in it, which I got a few comments on the last time I wore it. But I also got some very positive comments because of how stylish it is. It's just summery. I think that's the difference again. And again, no big brand names. It's just something that looks nice and it's comfortable. So another great piece to add to the list. Okay, and outfit change. So before you start making the references, I had to do it to them. But I think this is actually a very nice piece. And living up to my career as a software engineer, you got to get a couple of golf shirts, similar to a polo shirt as well. That was something that we saw. One thing that they mentioned was textured polo shirts. And that is something I still want to get my hands on. The pockets were only so deep, and I'll have to do some more shopping the next month. But yeah, this is something that I picked up. Now, again, the shorts here, looking at a salmon pair of chino or Bermuda shorts with a belt buckle. And this is just a plain blue golf tee. And again, this is nothing too fancy, but it's that transition from looking like a boy to looking like a man. I'm sure if you put the two images side by side of what I was wearing in the beginning of the episode and what I was wearing now, and I think this will already get you a bit more respect amongst other adults. And that's the transition that you have to make. So let me know what you guys think of this one. But I must say, I like a golf tee, and very nicely fitted. I always get shirts with my shirts, as you can see. I get shirts that are quite like tight around the arms. I don't really get a size too small, but I think I don't really like to get oversized clothing either. And I think oversized clothing, although there's a space for it, and I know that for a lot of people that's actually the style that they go for, but I wouldn't say it just doesn't really appeal to me wearing oversized clothing. I rather like to get things that are tight fitting while still being comfortable. Okay, real quick, I had to put on this shirt as well. This is actually a shirt that I've had for quite a while, courtesy again of the mother. Look, this is a very nice shirt. I wouldn't have picked it out myself, but as I said, I've got some good eyes who are keeping an eye out for me, thankfully. And this also goes great with the new pants that I got. That salmon color. There is hints of pink in this t-shirt as well. And I wore this the other day on an outing and got quite a few compliments. So again, this is a fairly simple thing to do. Nice button-up tee paired with the shorts. This would go great with white sneakers. That's what I was wearing the other day. Another pro tip is that white sneakers go with so many of these outfits. If you don't already have a nice pair of white sneakers, must buy. I was actually a non-believer for a long time. I mean, as you would have seen, I always wear running shoes, just brown, well, not brown, but black, red, or blue running shoes. That is my go-to. But after getting a nice pair of white tackies not too long ago, I must say it's added a lot of versatility to my outfits and just looks a lot more stylish than wearing a pair of bright red running shoes. So this is another shirt that I bought, and the reason I added this one in is to show that it's not a crime to just wear a classic t-shirt. But I think what's nice about this, green is a color that I like to wear. Brings out my eyes. And apart from that, again, just that summery feel, very comfortable, and something that doesn't scream, I'm still a 15-year-old man-child. But actually, you could walk down the mall, the street in this, and I don't think you'd be turning too many heads, but you also wouldn't be getting any funny looks. And I think that's already a progression. And now the secret weapon has been brought out, the linen white tee. Now, you guys would have seen in the last episode that I bought a black linen tee, and I really like that piece. I've been wearing it quite a bit since I got it. And this is basically just the white version of that, which I picked up for pretty cheap. That's one thing I want you to notice on all of these clothes is that they didn't cost anything more than, these aren't like necessarily like designer brands. These are just plain items of clothing, but that already upgrade your style so much more and really don't cost much more than the branded tees that I was wearing before. It's not like I had to spend a whole lot to get these items in my wardrobe. Plain linen tee. I mean, here in South Africa, you'll get that for like 500 rand. It just depends on where you're going. And I think this one is very nice quality. I looked at a couple of different ones, but this one just feels so light and airy. I mean, I feel like I'm come off the scene of Mamma Mia. I feel like I should be breaking out into song wearing this shirt, but I'll save you guys the pain of that one. And as you'll see, another pair of Bermuda / chino shorts. These are blue pair. I'm not exactly sure that I would match these two specifically. What I want to get, I mean, you could wear this with beige chinos. You could wear this with a few different things. And I don't think this doesn't go. But yeah, so just to show you guys these two pieces as well. And very simple but very nice upgrades to the wardrobe. So towards the end of this video, I wanted to give a couple of small changes that you can make and that I'm making to also make a difference when it comes to fashion. Now, as you can see, I've put on a bit of jewelry. This is some bracelets and bangles that I picked up the other day. I've also put on rings. And yeah, these are not expensive. This is not expensive jewelry, not expensive accessories. But I think they will add to an outfit such as this one, or any of the outfits that I would have worn before. I'm also wearing a necklace. What I find is that for us guys, wearing a chain of any sorts can really upgrade how you're looking. And this is just a very simple, basic cross necklace that I like to wear. I'm going to put on another chain now to show you. But adding a bit of jewelry to your outfit, you don't want to overdo it. You can definitely overdo it with maybe too many bangles. I mean, a nice watch would also really seal the deal. I need to go and get my watch fixed. But if you can get a nice watch on the left hand and, some jewelry on the right hand, maybe you throw in a ring or two and a chain, a nice necklace. I think that really adds to it. And unless you are overdoing it, like I said, it's not really going to take away from your outfit. It's only going to add to it. So make sure you accessorize. And for us guys, it actually adds another level to your style. Just to show you guys, this is another thing that I love to wear. Simple silver gold chain, quite thin. And I'm wearing the one ring to rule them all attached to that. But you can attach anything to a silver gold chain or a silver or gold chain. And I think that really adds to it nicely. I must say, wearing this silver chain, it's not one of those like big chains, so I don't look like I'm really trying to show off by wearing this. But and sometimes a necklace can even be hidden by the shirt you're wearing. But when it pops out and people see that, and even when I see that on other people, I really just instantly think like that this person has a better sense of style. I mean, if it goes with what they are wearing. So yeah, this is definitely something that's worth getting. Simple silver chain. Get yourself one ring to them all. Cool thing about this is when you put it on, you become invisible. And the final thing before we close off, something that a piece of advice that I received a few years ago was that as men, one of the best things that you can do for your sense of style and fashion is to start working out. And growing up, I had a very skinny, fat body type. And if you don't know what that means, it's kind of like being in between skinny and fat. I wasn't necessarily overweight, but didn't have a low body fat, for example, to show any muscle definition. So I had to go through a process of changing that. And at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is build a manly figure and a manly shape. Another word is frame. Your frame is what you actually want to build up. And that is just being broader shoulders. And obviously, when that happens, and you obviously lose weight at the waist. So that just builds that manly frame that is going to make you look so much more attractive in literally every single outfit that you wear. So even although my fashion has been terrible for the last few years, and I was slowly but surely building up that frame, I've gone to a place now where I actually fill out my clothes nicely. The worst thing is when you buy yourself a nice shirt and it just looks like you're swimming in it. Even if it's a really nice piece, if it doesn't fit you well, then you're not going to look too good in it. And obviously, building that frame, having a bit of muscle, I think that's ultimately what you have to do. Getting skinny is great, in that, you want to be healthy, but putting on a bit of extra muscle, a bit of extra, what that's going to do is just like to pull out sleeves. I mean, you would have seen in a few of the things that I was wearing that I'm filling out the sleeves nicely, and I'm really working on my shoulders quite a bit now to actually make sure that I have that manly frame when I'm wearing clothes as well, and that makes the biggest difference, honestly, for us young guys. Yeah, so simple thing that you can do without actually spending any money or on clothing to improve your fashion is actually just to make sure that your body looks good in those clothes. So anyway, that is it for this episode today. I hope this has been a cool dive into men's fashion, and for me this has been a revolutionary thing because I am going through that transition of dressing like a boy to now dressing like a man. And I think that these outfits are definitely taking me a step closer towards that journey. But there's still much to do. As I mentioned before, there's still a few pieces that I need to buy to finalize and to sort of make this complete. And one thing that I do have coming shortly is a sports t-shirt. Now that is again something that we saw that is actually coming into fashion now, whether it be like tennis style t-shirts or even football kits. Now there's a lot of debates about whether football kits actually are stylish or not. But I think the one that I got is very stylish. So you guys will be seeing that sometime soon as well. But yeah, if you did enjoy this episode and you want to see more episodes like this, then please leave a like in this video and comment down below and let me know that you guys are enjoying this, and we'll keep it going and start to level up the fashion even more and maybe even get into some more interesting things. I think the pieces that we've started with today are sort of basic fashion for men. It's not really anything too out there, but it was things that needed to get replaced from my old wardrobe, as you've seen, getting rid of a few pieces that are no longer needed, and now getting some new pieces that are actually going to add to it a whole lot. So that has been it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Much love.